Couple of other things that Google mentioned on Global Accessibility Awareness Day, one of which we knew about already, was about the Braille support being built into TalkBack. Sounds like that'll be in the next beta. I think what is a bit disappointing is that they haven't supported the human interface driver. I've no idea why not. It's an open standard. They supported it in development. Why you wouldn't support the humanware displays and other ones that use that, effectively open plug and play, so we don't have to install different drivers. I don't know. They do need to sort that out. Why you would do that? It's been around long enough. It's not new. Any views, Warren?
I think it's a good thing that they have done. This is something that we've been asking about for quite a spell. We've been talking about wanting, easy use of the Braille thing. I know Braille Bag was there, but Braille Bag was not getting the kind of love that we wanted to. And, all the scrolling issues and all of that, being able to pan pages was not there and all of that. And then I'm hoping that this one, when it drops, from the sounds of it, if you look at that YouTube clip that was there on Google I/O about the Braille support, which is going to be part of Android 13. And I'm not sure if it's going to be part of beta 3 or not, or maybe it's going to be integrated with the final product of Android 13. But definitely this is a huge step forward. And I'm hoping, that this thing would only be refined and made better as we go along. I think it's going to be a game changer for those of us who rely on Braille displays and things like that. And when we talk about this, the people that always come to my mind are, our friends who have difficulty hearing or deaf, blind people. This will help them.
Yeah, it does need to support the new standard, though, doesn't it? They need to add human interface. Yeah, I think they do.
And I think this is something that they will kind of look into. I'm sure, because we didn't even expect or anticipate that this one was coming, and here it was. So who's to say that they are not going to do that? I'm thinking that maybe sometime, who knows, maybe next year or the next 2 years, I'm sure Google will look into that to make that compliant.
And I've heard another rumor about the Braille support, which is I know iPhone doesn't think it makes nearly enough noise when it pairs. So apparently they've trebled the sound of that noise, so it's really, really loud now.
Oh no!
And I'm joking. They haven't really.
Where is that on Fruit Braille?
That's mean.
Hang on. Hang on.
Me up.
No, it's an Android. It goes diddly every time it pairs, and you can't turn it off. Whatever you do, if you put your phone on Do Not Disturb or whatever, it'll always go bling.
It's really annoying.
So I thought I'd tell her they trebled the decibels of that. iPhone didn't think it was loud enough.
Oh no! How are we going to know if our Braille devices are supported then by this new?
Well, if it's supported now, it will
show up.
The ones that aren't are the humanwares. There's a human interface device standard. If your device works now, it'll continue to work.
If your diverse wikes.
Yeah, if your diverse wikes, it'll can turn you to wike or wick. Yeah. So if it works now, it'll still work.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So mine will still work then.
Yeah, of course. If yours already works, it'll work. I think some of the humanware stuff is just have not always been. I don't know what the deal is, but
they're a bit proprietary, aren't they?
No. Well, that's the thing about human interface device standard. That's the point. It's not. It's an open standard, and Google aren't supporting it, which is the annoying thing.
So what are we using? What are we using at the moment?
They're supporting all the proprietary ones. They've built in support for all the other displays apart from the ones using the open standard, which is very odd because Google supported the open standard. So it's a bit annoying, and they shouldn't have done it.
It's going to be a good thing, and I'm glad to see Google, stepping up into the right direction, because this is something we've been talking about, and I'm sure that would help with some of the scrolling issues, and that Brailleback, was short on.
Another announcement, which isn't really Android related, but nonetheless is quite good, is that all YouTube originals now in English will have audio description tracks in English, and they've backdated that into the past year of release. So you can go into settings and turn on that track for anyone who watches YouTube.
That's
originals.
right. That's true, and that's a very good thing that is coming to YouTube, or is now available in YouTube, but it's
It's on
only in
there, I think.
English. Yeah, but at
Yeah.
least it's a good start. We'll get there. The idea is for it to proliferate to other languages as well. But right now you've got to start somewhere, and this is a good beginning.
YouTube originals.
Yeah, so films that you like
Yeah.
Google's is Netflix event essentially. So not your friends' videos. They're not going
Yes.
to be audio.
So are they?
described.
Do you have to pay for these YouTube
No.
originals?
No. Like, for instance, if I go to YouTube and I want to search for Mickey Mouse, and I'm being silly here, I love Mickey.
Yeah.
And, so I have something that, is uploaded either from Disney Studios or whatever, or for, some other, because you can find movies on YouTube as well. So those originals will have, that description.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But it's not going to be my own YouTube, me playing with the new cat we just got. Good luck on that one.
Excellent. The other thing I think is quite good, though, is not particularly relevant for this podcast, but nonetheless I quite like, is they've introduced multi-pinning for Google Meet. So before, you could only have one video tile pinned, but apparently deaf people wanted to see both their sign language interpreter and the person actually speaking. So now you can pin two tiles. So
that's good.
You can see both of them, which is quite a nice thing.
That is good, because you might want to see the facial expressions and things of the person who's talking, because if you're deaf and you can't hear their voice, their tone of voice. Yeah, that's really good.
Exactly.
And also, you know in your work meeting that two people hate each other, so you might want to pin both of them to see how they react when the one's talking. It's not just for deaf people.
Exactly. So it's not just for the deaf. I think that's what I'm talking about, and that goes back to the accessibility that we were talking about. These things are not only good for those of us with disabilities, but in reality, labeling apps is good for everybody. So it's not just us. If people should just see the impact that this will have for everybody, making things easy. Who wants complication? I don't. Yeah, so this is absolutely beautiful. I like it.
Yeah. Anything else about Global Accessibility Awareness Day, or are we done?
I think
just me. You had no idea that. Well, it was just me that had no idea it was even a thing until the day. Like,
I don't know
how. Like, I never saw anything about it beforehand.
Well, there's a day for everything, so lately there's a day for everything. I think there was something. There was another day yesterday. I don't remember what the hell it was. Excuse my Espanol. But every day we've created a day for this, a day for that. And so if you're not, looking for it, you're not going to know it. Now, there's an app that has all that stuff. I used to have that app. It's probably in my library, but it has all that stuff. What day is what day, and all the day for this day and that
but some
day.
of them are really silly, like National Squirrel Day or something.
National Squirrel Day is nuts, isn't it?
Oh, maybe I should go get me a squirrel stew or something like that.
Well, I think you've missed it. I think it's in January or something. But yeah, I remember thinking National Squirrel Day. What's that for?
Oh, one thing about Global Accessibility Awareness Day, isn't A11Y an absolutely horrible, cliquey, non-inclusive, inaccessible hashtag that is utter nonsense?
It is. I never use it.
It's awful. It's inaccessible, and whoever came up with it ought to be shot.
Well, I don't
I don't
agree
know who
with
came
most
up
of
with the
that, but not
A11Y.
the shooting bit. I think that's a bit harsh.
No, plenty of innocent people get shot. This person should get shot.
That doesn't
But
make it okay.
It's absolutely awful.
It
Like
is awful, yeah.
A11Y, like it's a
Yeah.
cliquey
Maybe
in joke. It's inaccessible,
they should-
non-inclusive. Let's get it binned. Let's
I'll
let's
tell you
all
what, maybe-
let's all get it.
don't shoot them, but maybe taser them. I think they might
Yeah.
deserve
No,
that.
okay, so I'm
No, maybe
wondering.
don't post that bit because it
maybe
might
someone.
be seen as hate speech or
Here's
something.
what I'm thinking. Maybe what happens is that some people don't like spelling long words, or have difficulty spelling,
Yeah,
and
well, I
maybe
think it was
someone say,
mainly-
"Hey,
it was-
how about we just do this?" And it's not just A11Y. I think there are a few of these examples.
Yeah, but A11Y is the weirdest.
Anything. Just go access if you don't want to write accessibility. It's fine, But it's cliquey. It's a little side eye in joke. It's awful. It should be binned.
The thing is that I think this was more of a thing when Twitter was only 140 characters.
It's
I first saw
now.
it on Twitter,
Yeah.
and it's 301 now, is it? Oh, I thought it was 280. Well, it's more anyway.
240, I said, didn't I? Yeah. Or
Oh, I don't
280 or
know.
whatever. I thought they
I
doubled
don't
it.
know why Twitter does
Yeah.
this. Anyway, they should just it's like the good old SMS. I think the first person thought, SMS was just gonna be, hey, hello, how are you? And then call it done. That's stupid. I need to be able to say something.
Yeah.
So
platforms need a selling point though. Like, what is Twitter's selling point if it doesn't have a character limit, however limiting that is? If you extend that character limit,
well,
then what
but
is
that
it?
Well, you
the
can share
character limit
links.
is sometimes kind of
Share links on Facebook.
muzzles what you're trying to say. You're trying to tell someone, give someone instructions on something, and you wind up spending your time sending multiple stuff. That's stupid.
No, but a platform has to have a USP, doesn't it? So Clubhouse, for instance, it was a voice platform, which was fine until it introduced text, and then it was a really crap platform because everyone did text and voice so much better. You need to maintain your USP, and if your USP is short form text message or messages, then if you abandon that, what you then look like is a really feature poor platform compared to everyone else that never had a word limit, because all you ever had was your word limit.
And now Twitter just seems like a big load of photo sharing these days, which is annoying because most of those are not accessible to us.
Well, not A11Y anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
I think
A11Y.
we need to campaign to get rid of A11Y. What an
Along with
awful,
sight
awful-
loss. That's annoying as well.
Yeah. Oh, God, it is.
I don't know
Yeah.
that it's going away anytime soon.
Well, we're gonna get
Well,
rid
I
of
never
it.
use it.
It's one of those evils.
We're gonna get rid of
is
it.
here
We're gonna
to stay.
go. We're gonna go. And, we're gonna go and storm the temple and shake it and pull it down and stuff.
Like I
Chuck it in
said,
the bin.
maybe someone who doesn't like, spelling things and lazy, and say, yeah, how about we just do A11Y? That
Yeah,
takes
but if you
care
don't
of
like spelling, you then use dictation instead. Like,
it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. We conclude this week with Warren's highlights from Talkback.